Hello, hello, hello. Happy New Year to everybody. Thank you very much for everything. I hope you all had a great Christmas, New Year's. I certainly did. And we're back. Neil the Deal is now back. Vacation over, guys. Let's get her done. This is a new year. We're going to get better, not bitter, every time. And this is going to be the year where we're really going to kick it up a notch and give you the biggest scoops, the biggest and best content anywhere in the world. I give you my word. I've been saving up under my sleeves just for you. And guess what? We're going to kick some butt this year. And I want to thank you all of you, the Talkin' Fight fans. First off, thank you so much for all your support. Share, 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 like, and of course, subscribe. Tell your friends about us. Because, hey, we are the epitome of live sports. And we got some stuff up our sleeve coming this year, so just keep watching us. We're going to have some new shows, new content, lots of great guests, and really big shows and really big guests. All right. So thanks a lot again, guys, for coming out. I'm back. It's the new year. My vacation is over. So let's get right into it. Here we are, Monday night, talking live boxing with Neil the Deal, the big guy. And we're going to talk a little bit about the up and coming fights that I'm looking forward to in the next 2 months. All right. So we're going to do 2 month kind of increments, right? We're not going to do them 2 month increments all year long. So you can prepare yourself to watch these fights, which I will watch all of them well, obviously I'm going to watch them all. And I'm sure you're going to like them, love them, enjoy them, share them with your friends. And the fights this year. Look at last year, guys. Last year was a monumental year in fighting. Boxing, obviously around the world. It's come back full force. I'm so proud of all the boxers around the world. I want to thank all you boxers around the world for your dedication, your perseverance, your humanitarianism, yeah, all that kind of stuff. Because, guys, it's not easy, and it is by far the hardest sport to be involved in. And I've been involved in all the sports, but boxing is number one. All right. So let's just go over a few things. We had a great year last year. We won't get into last year because that's kind of passe. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of passe. We're gonna deal with what's going on now, which I will call cutting edge. So let's deal with our lives going forward and enjoy the fact that the boxers around the world are moving forward as well. So I'm really looking forward to just checking out the new talents, the rivalries that have been created over the last few years, and there are absolutely numbers and numbers and numbers and numbers of fights that are coming up that we all are going to enjoy amongst ourselves with friends and family and spouses or whatever you want to call it. And the kids, of course, got to include the kids. And these are the kind of things that I'm looking forward to. So we're going to start it all off with last year a little bit. I don't like talking about the past, guys. I always talk about getting better, not bitter. The past is kind of over there. I don't turn around. I look forward, and that's what I do. And I think you guys should do that as well. But talk a little bit about last year and what I feel could be some of the things in the boxing community that will be, how do I say, very, very in the forefront of boxing moving forward in 2022. The one of the biggest stories of the year for me personally, and we talked about it last year, guys, was the Teofimo Lopez fight against George Kambosos Jr. Now, is Teo going to get the rematch? I don't know. I really don't know. Is George going to fight somebody else and then fight Teo? Uh, these are all questions we don't know, but I'm keeping my ear to the ground, and I'll definitely let you know if I hear anything through my connections that what's happening with that situation. because that was the biggest shocker of the year for me personally. And I told you, George Kambosos Jr., watch out for him, the man from down under. And he did the job. Congratulations, George. This year's going to be a big, big year for you. And Teo, hey, it happens, right? Can't win them all, buddy. Can't win them all. Even Floyd Mayweather didn't win them all, but apparently he did. But that's another story in itself. So, some of the other things I'm looking at this year, guys, will Tyson Fury retire? Will he retire or will he just continue fighting? Who knows? He has a mandatory fight against Dylan White. He's been basically told he needs to fight Dylan White. Who's going to be the biggest mover and shaker this year? Who's the biggest mover and shaker? Who's going to make the biggest impact? They're young, they're hungry, they're fast and furious like myself, and they're coming out with all guns blazing. You know what I mean? Like, you know. So these guys are really going to start kicking it up a notch, as we always say. Peanut butter, top shelf, where mommy hides the cookies. You know what I'm saying? So we need to talk about these guys, and there's a bunch of them. So all year long, we're going to talk about that kind of stuff. The guys who are in my mind, in my eyes, in how I feel about how they are as people, are going to project themselves into a stratosphere situation. Now, Canelo, big things on the horizon again for Canelo this year. We don't know exactly what, but it's Canelo. Uh, there's all kinds of guys. Usyk, all right? Anthony Joshua, there's another one. Mandatory. Anthony Joshua now has a mandatory fight against Usyk because of the title loss. So there's some really big, big, big things like coming up real soon, and we're gonna keep on it and let you know as much as we can so that all you guys know what's going on in the boxing world as a worldwide umbrella. All right. Now, one thing that I was happy about last year, personally, I'm just telling you, is that boxing again became a premier sport. All right. So we keep going back to this MMA thing, and I always call it glorified street fighting. I really don't like it. I can get into it more, but I really don't want to. That's all it is glorified street fighting. If you're into glorified street fighting, all to you, man. But boxing is a different sport. There's no recipe. Everybody has a chance to express themselves in the ring, and hey, I'm not taking anything away from the MMA fighters because I do enjoy them at times, and I do enjoy watching it. But I really personally just think it's just a glorified street fight, which I've been in a few of those. I got scars to prove, but don't tell, I'm not telling anybody about it, but whatever. So I'm just really happy that boxing has come back faster, furious, as we always say. And it's actually been really, really, really good. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are too. And we're getting some credibility back in the boxing community. They're getting, how do I say, credibility. They kind of lost that for a while. There wasn't the Mike Tyson. There was no Muhammad Ali or this and that. And it's true. I agree with it. But now there is a new breed of boxer out there. And like professional athletes do now, the equipment is better. The coaching is better. The fitness regime is better. The health orientation of box is better. Their meals are better. Like they're getting better. Better, 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 not bitter again. So let's look at some of the fights that we're going to watch this year. I'm really looking forward to these fights, and I'm sure you will too, guys, there in Talkin' Fightland and on the Neil the Deal show, because, yeah, it's me, Neil the Deal, and that's how it rolls. All right? So, first off, we'll start at the heavyweights, Tyson Fury and Dylan White. All right? Big, huge fight. Now, after he fights Tyson Fury, does he retire? Does he need the money? Does he really want to be involved in this? Nobody knows. So these are all questions that are really interesting to me. I don't even know. So I'm keeping my ear to the ground, and if I hear anything, it won't be under my hat. I'll let you know. All right? I'll let you know firsthand. Olasander Usyk versus Anthony Joshua. We talked a little bit seconds there about that. There is a rematch clause, and it is signed. So at some point, that's going to go down. Again, Canelo. And one of the bigger ones that the two biggest ones, and I'm kind of like, all right, what's going on here? Floyd Mayweather Jr., pretty boy Floyd, is fighting in United Arabic Emirates, but no opponent, like to be confirmed or some malarkey. Okay, so what are you doing this for? Money? Apparently, you have a few bucks in the pocket. You've wrapped it up and put it in the pocket there, Mr. Floyd. So, what is the motivation behind this? I don't know. And then we got our buddy there, of course, Mr. Jake Paul. He's another one who, hey, Jake, congratulations on your win against Tyrone Woodley. That was impressive. I give you 2 kudos on that one. You've obviously got a lot better than when you started, which is great. That's what you want to be. Better, Jake. Not bitter. Just get better. So that's another one that I'm looking forward to is some of the Jake Paul fights this year. And I've been joking about it for years. But you know what? Maybe he does have some talent other than just being himself. All right. So let's go through literally the fights that I'm looking forward to this year. And guys, put this on your calendar. Let all your friends know. They will be jealous. I guarantee it. And you got it from me. So these are the ones that I'm looking at. And we're going to talk about all these fights moving forward with the Neil the Deal show, as well as talkinfight.com. Support us. We support you. And we'll tell you the truth, the honesty behind all of it. All right. That is how we roll over here at the Neil the Deal show. So, first show I'm looking at, starting May 15th, 2022, Bob Arum Production, Verona, New York. We're looking at Joe Smith Jr. versus Steve Grafford. All right, for the WBO light heavyweight title, and that will be on BT Sports and ESPN on the 15th. So, guys, Joe Smith Jr., Mr. Jeff Hard, that should be a great fight. We all know who Joe Smith Jr. is. We've talked about him a bunch of times on our shows. So that's going to be one of the really good shows, really good matches that I'm looking forward to. All right, moving on. January 22nd in Atlantic City, United States. Al Heyman's PBC presents Gary Russell Jr. versus Mark Magsayo. All right, that's for the WBC featherweight title of the world. Gary Russell Jr. probably, guys, has the fastest hands in boxing. You got to check out Gary Russell Jr. Fastest hands in boxing. And we've talked about Mark Magsayo over the last couple of years. He was an up-and-comer a few years ago, but there he is. And I told you, he's going for a title shot. And guess what? He is going for a title shot. That's what I told you. So that's it. January 22nd, Atlantic City. Check that one out. It's going to be a barn burner. Now, moving on, we got February 5th in Glendale, Arizona. Eddie Hearn's Matchroom presents Jesse Vargas versus Liam Smith. All right. 2 heavy hitters in the super welterweight division. It isn't for the title, but I'm looking forward to that fight. And it's going to be a good one. Now, on that card as well, we do have a title fight. And it's Sizziak Sor Ronguziali, all right, versus Carlos Cuadras, all right, for the WBC Super Flyweight title, and that will be presented to all of us and yourselves on DAZN, and that's February 5th. So that's going to be a great fight, world title fight, flyweight, and I'll be checking that one out. Now, let's move on to the next day. Oh, February 5th again in Fresno, California, United States. We got Bob Arum's Top Rank Boxing presenting our man Jose Ramirez versus Jose Pedraza. All right, for the super lightweight division it's it it's going to be one of those kind of whoever wins this one gets the title shot, and I'm looking forward to it, and you guys should be too. That's going to be on Sky Sports and ESPN Plus. So get your popcorn, peanuts, cracker jacks, whatever you like. Sour cream and onion chips. Personally, I like ketchup, but I know, and grape chips. Remember those? Those were really good. But so check those out at ESPN Plus. February 5th, big fight. Now we're moving on to the 12th. February 12th, Alexandria Palace, London, in the United Kingdom. Eddie Hearn, Matchroom, promoter, presents Daniel Jacobs versus John Ryder, super middleweight division, and that will be on the zone. That is another one, guys. You really want to get accustomed and check that one out. All of these fights I'll be watching, and I'm really looking forward to this year. This year is gonna put us on the map. The fighters out there, the situations, the rivalries, everything has come back full circle, and I'm so looking forward to this year. Now, February 19th, 2022, AO Arena, Manchester, United Kingdom. We got Ben Shalom's Boxer. All right. BOXXER Productions presents an old friend of ours, one of the coolest cats. I love him. I really liked him, and I'm surprised he's coming back. He's a little older now, but Amir Khan. Amir Khan is fighting again. He's fighting Kell Brook in a 149-pound catch weight division. Catch weight. You know what I mean? So it's interesting. I'm like, wow, Amir Khan is back. Ooh, wow. All right. Well, one of the best fighters in history of boxing. He was a bit of a flamboyant kind of guy, but I thought he was good. I personally thought he was good. He made some mistakes in a bunch of his fights, and guys took advantage of his sort of how do I say ego, and they basically fed it to him, and then he kind of like went, all right, well, all right, maybe I got out of my element there for a bit, but he's coming back. Also on that fight on February 19th, we got Fraser Clank and Vidal Riley are going to be fighting, but their opponents are to be determined. But they're also really good fighters, and that's going to be on Sky Sports pay-per-view on the 19th. So check that one out. Also on the 19th, we got Temple Hills, Maryland, United States. Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Productions. The Golden Boy is doing it again. He's going to present one of my favorite fighters, Jamie Manguia versus Demetrius Ballard, middleweight division. Not a title fight, but it is on DAZN. Watch out for Jamie Manguia. I did some stuff on him in the past, and I really like the way he looks. He was in our up-and-comer things with Mark Magsayo. So don't ever say that I didn't tell you, because I did, and this is what's going down. So these guys are actually showing up, doing the job. No, they don't take pictures, these guys. People take pictures of them. Kind of like me. I don't take pictures. People take pictures of me. And that's how it works. All right? Stone Cold said so. All right. So February 20th. This is a real interesting one, guys. Guys, I don't know what the motivation behind February 20th, 2022 is. But apparently, Pretty Boy Floyd, we talked about it a little earlier, is fighting in Buri Al Arab Helipad, Dubai, the United Emerald Emirates, or Arabic Emirates, right? Over there. And he doesn't have an opponent, but apparently he needs to make a few more bucks or something, because why the heck would you do something like that? So it makes no sense to me. He should be probably, how do I say, training young boxers, stuff of not going out and doing exhibition fights for 75 million. Like, really, dude? That is lame. Lame-o. But anyways, I'll probably watch it. It's a good laugh. To be honest with you, it's a really good laugh. So I love laughing. So I'll be laughing the whole night. So the last one I think that I got here for you guys is February 26th at the SSE Hydro Arena in Glasgow, Scotland. Go Scotland! That's me, Scottish from Barra. All right. Bob Arum, my buddy, top rank. And this is interesting, Ben Shalom's boxer. So now we have two promoters, big boys, amalgamating to throw an event. Now, I've been waiting for this kind of thing where these promoters need to start working together instead of I'm this, you're that. Let's start working together, guys. Everybody needs a friend. Let's get her done. So this is a big one. This is a real big one, and maybe that's why I don't know. It's probably a logistical legal thing. Somebody owns the rights to that region in the world, I'm assuming, and they have to work it this way. But together, Bob Arum and Ben Shalom are going to be doing Josh Taylor, my man, Josh Taylor versus Jack Cantrell. And this is for the big one, the unified WBA, WBC, IBF, and WBO super lightweight titles that Josh Taylor holds. And that's going to be on Sky Sports and ESPN Plus on the 26th. So do not miss that fight. You do not want to miss that fight. It's going to be one of those ones. And there's a lot of them this year. I'm really looking forward to it. Now, couple last ones here. I see February 27th at the O2 Arena in London, United Kingdom. Eddie Hearn's Matchroom presents Lawrence Akoli versus Michael Sizziak. All right, for Akoli's WBO cruiserweight title, that's going to be on the zone, and I really think you guys are going to like that one. The cruiserweights, it's like a in between light heavyweight or heavyweight. They're big boys and they can throw the leather with the best of them. So Lawrence is no slouch, and Michael is no slouch either. So that'll be a good one. So that's what we're talking about over the next 2 months. I want to thank you for coming out. Like I said before, this year is going to be 2 thumbs up for all of us. Things are going to change, guys. Stay strong, have faith, get better, not bitter, and I'm really looking forward to the great year we're going to have and all of the fighters. I'm looking forward to the fighters showing us what they got. Getting the labors of their love, the love of their labors, whatever. They're going to really show us what they got this year because, as we all know, the world has changed. And I guess it's time to kick it up a notch and start being yourself, doing what you want to do with yourself. Live your life the way you want to live it. That's what I got to tell you. That's my new advice for the year. Live your life the way you want to live it. All right? So let's get better, not bitter. Couple of shout outs quick. I want to say hi to Ivana. You're a cool person. I love you. The guys at Sports Center down there at Dixie Mall again, supplying us with some cool swag. I want to thank you, the fans of Talkin Fight, Neil the Deal Show. I really want to thank you guys for all the support and all my friends and family that have enlightened me and made me a better person. I really thank you for your time. So, guys, have yourselves a good night. We'll see you on Wednesday. Be doing NFL. We're back. The playoffs are coming. The boxing's on. The NFL's on. The NHL's coming on Fridays, Wednesdays at 8 p.m., Fridays at 8:30 with the NHL. And this year, we're going to kick it up a notch. So let's do it together. We'll see you soon. Take care of yourselves. Love you.